The only shortcut to life is to never miss a day. One, because of compounding interest, and two, because sometimes you get lucky. And you'll never miss a lucky day if you try every day. If you don't try every day, you might miss your lucky day. And that's what people don't understand. If you never miss a day and you never don't try and you're always on time, was I late today? No, on time, and you try and improve every aspect of your life, and you're a professional, and you try and make sure that you analyze your decisions, you give yourself feedback, you don't make mistakes, you're not lazy. If you try and you make it to the top, you end up elitist, because you look at the people down below and you're like, well, why didn't you try? I did. Oh, I did too. No, you didn't. That's a lie. Now you're lying to me, and that annoys me.
When I was poor, I just wanted to get rich. I wanted a Ferrari and a diamond Patek and a big penthouse. I just wanted to get rich. The bottom line is, you should be trying to get rich urgently. What amazes me is that people don't feel the urgency. Some people are like, yeah, I'd like to be rich one day. When I was poor, I wanted to be rich today.
Welcome to the Iron Mind world. Most men are living in a fantasy. Don't put in the work and expect some kind of miracle to help them feel good about themselves. Trust me, no one is coming to save you. They expect to win while playing on a playground. But this is a game. It's player versus player. You have to be able to beat your competitors, and your biggest competitor is you. You've got to beat yourself every single day. You cannot say, I will perform only when I feel good. Life is too complicated, the stress is too heavy, and there is too much weight on your shoulders. If you only move when you are motivated, you are training yourself to be a casualty, an average man. The modern world is obsessed with temporary happiness and hedonism. Drowning in alcohol, escaping into screens, chasing a quick high. But happiness is short-lived. When you chase temporary comfort, you accept a lifetime of small, agonizing problems, and this eventually leads to sadness, feeling like you are not doing what you are supposed to do, and then you repeat this cycle all over again.
As a man, you have to control your emotions. So I don't give a shit if you're depressed. There's no excuse to not be an adult and make sensible decisions based on discipline alone. I'm too depressed to train. No, you lack discipline. Because I've felt miserable. Every single person has. I didn't miss a gym session, ever. So I don't believe in that crap. I don't believe in it. And I don't believe in it because I know that the true cure to fixing people is to tell them, here's the example I gave. If I moved into a house and I heard squeaks in the night, and I don't believe in ghosts, I'm going to attribute it to the wind and go back to sleep. If I move into the same house and hear the same squeaks, but I'm a big believer in ghosts, I'm going to start being scared. I'm going to call an exorcist. I'm going to say it's a ghost. So my point is, the same situation gets worse based primarily on my beliefs. If you don't believe in depression, you can't be depressed. All you can be is, okay, I feel a bit pissed off. Time to get up and go get it. Let's hit the gym, bang, hit the club. I'm gonna make some things happen in my life. But if you do believe in depression, the second you feel sad, the first thing you do is sit down and go, this isn't my fault I feel this way. I have a disease and nothing's gonna make me better. And you're gonna get worse. This is what was amazing when I said depression wasn't real. If depression is really so horrible, why are you all defending it so fervently? So it's real, it's so powerful, it's real. Why are you defending this horrible thing? Why don't you sit there and go, you know what, you're right, Andrew, fuck depression.
The only way to win at life is to learn to like being miserable. People don't understand that I'm happiest when I'm angry. People are like, why are you always so pissed off? Because that's how I'm happy. I'm happy when I'm annoyed. I don't get happy people who are happy when they're happy. It's weird. Life is basically a prison. It's like Hunger Games, and you're born into this economic model where you're playing the money game that you can't escape, and you're constantly and endlessly ruled by money and pain. Money rules you. You're either trying to make it, or you're suffering from not having it, or you're thinking about making it, or you're trying to hide the money you have. So you have to play the economic game. You can't be born and say, I opt out of capitalism. You need money. And pain's the same. You're either facing pain and feeling pain, or you're avoiding pain, which puts you in the pain of avoiding the pain. If you avoid the pain of the gym, you feel the pain of being a weakling. Or you go to the gym and put yourself through pain. Pain and money rule your life. So, considering it's a never-ending struggle, you may as well get very comfortable being pissed off all the time, so you can at least win.
Men wake up today complaining that life is hard, that they are sad, that they are struggling and things are not going their way. But when in human history has it ever been easy to be a man? Was it easy during World War II? Was it easy on the decks of the Titanic? Was it easy when the Mongol hordes arrived at the gates of Vienna? It is never meant to be easy. You're the one that will have to fight through it and make sure you win the battle. It has always sucked to be an ordinary man. Throughout history, the average male carried the trash, dug the ditches, and built the pyramids. Society only respects the top 2%. If you are anywhere below that line, your existence is invisible. The only way out of the meat grinder is to become exceptional. Is this the way you want to live your life? If you're fine with being normal, well, that is you. I would like to be on that 1%. To break into that elite echelon, you must trade happiness for pride and respect. True male fulfillment doesn't come from being loved, it comes from being respected. And respect requires a baseline of suffering. The worst things that ever happened to you are the exact ingredients required to build the best version of you. Keep going. Good things are to come.
Correct. I really try and focus on masculine excellence because a lot of the dudes in that space are trying to compensate massively. Like, there's only so much game you can learn if you're clearly a fucking dork, right?
Yeah, right.
When a nerd comes to me and goes, I'm a total nerd, I want to learn game. I'm like, bro, you need to learn more than game.
How do you help that guy?
How you help him is to tell him the truth because he already knows what he needs to do. He's just not doing it.
So what does he have to
Right.
do? Just make a ton of money and
It's not even about money.
and be successful
it's-
and powerful?
it's not even about money.
He's got to grow a backbone to begin with.
You gotta grow a backbone, and you can do that by, if you improve your physicality, you usually improve your mentality along with it. And men are expected to be wise and interesting. He needs stories. You're not gonna have stories unless you've taken risk. You need to get some balls. You need to get some balls and live a life. Another thing that's always been remarkable to me, and maybe it's because I've never had that matrix mindset, is if I was working a normal job, right? Let's say I worked in a sandwich store, and I'm not shitting on the average guy who does average work. I'm not doing that at all. Any work is respectable, and it's hard out here to make. I don't give a fuck if you carry garbage. It's hard to make money. But if I was working a normal job, as much as I would do my job to the best of my ability, I'd also be very, very understanding of the fact that my job doesn't give a fuck about me. They don't care about me. They never will. If they have to sack me or fire me to keep their business functioning, that's exactly what they're gonna do, and they're gonna let me starve.
Build your life on an unyielding framework. Adopt the creed of the iron mind. Approach everything in your life from a position of absolute strength. Mold your physical body into a resilient weapon. Train your mind to execute when your feelings tell you to quit. If you want to escape the slave mind programming of the modern world, financial and mental freedom are your only options. Here is your blueprint for tactical execution. First, shift from anger to utility. When bad things happen, do not get depressed. Turn that dark energy into raw power and use it to outwork your competition. When bad things happen, don't let disappointment become your destination. Every setback carries energy, frustration, anger, heartbreak, doubt. Instead of letting that energy consume you, redirect it into action. Use it to sharpen your focus, strengthen your discipline, and push harder than ever before. The people who achieve extraordinary things are often not the ones who face the fewest obstacles, but the ones who transform adversity into fuel. Let every rejection make you more determined, every failure make you wiser, and every challenge make you stronger. Turn your pain into purpose and your setbacks into a reason to outwork, outlearn, and outperform yesterday's version of yourself. Second, build a brotherhood. Find men who want to conquer, who want to train, and who want to win. Weak circles breed weak men. Build a brotherhood around growth, discipline, and purpose. Surround yourself with men who are committed to becoming stronger, physically, mentally, and professionally. Find those who embrace challenges, push themselves to improve, and refuse to settle for mediocrity. The people closest to you shape your standards, your habits, and your mindset. A strong brotherhood doesn't exist to make you comfortable, it exists to make you better. These are the men who challenge your excuses, hold you accountable, celebrate your victories, and stand beside you during setbacks. They inspire action through their example and raise the level of everyone around them. If you spend your time in circles that encourage complacency, negativity, and endless excuses, your growth will be limited by the expectations of the group. But when you're surrounded by ambitious, disciplined people who are striving toward meaningful goals, excellence becomes the standard rather than the exception. Choose your circle carefully. Build relationships with people who value integrity, hard work, resilience, and continuous improvement. Together, you can accomplish more than any one person can alone. A strong brotherhood creates stronger individuals, and stronger individuals help build a stronger brotherhood. Find people who challenge you to rise higher, work harder, and think bigger. Not because life is a competition against everyone else, but because greatness is easier to pursue when you're surrounded by others who refuse to stop growing. Third, find your war. If you do not have a conquest or a battle you are actively fighting every single day, you are decaying. Choose the harder path. Choose the T-bone steak over the porridge goo. Have a quality life, depth, and absolute dominance.
My coach used to say, if it doesn't hurt, you didn't learn. And I think he's completely right. And it's the same with entire life. You see people make the same mistake over and over again until it eventually goes really wrong. Yeah. And it's only then they'll change. I learned how to become self-disciplined and become self-motivated and work hard. And I learned how to face adversity and find strength within myself I didn't know I had. And you cannot replicate that by reading pages of a book. No. So it's a waste of time. And that takes practice and discipline and motivation. And you need to fail a few times. You need to get up. And like I said earlier, when I learned my entire mindset, that's how it comes down to. And when people say, oh, I have confidence issues, usually I can look them up and down and say, yeah, if I was you, I would completely and utterly struggle with confidence issues, because the world is competitive and there's men like me on the planet and friends like mine on the planet, and you're competing against us for money, for girls, for status, for resource, and you're going to be destroyed and decimated the entire time. So of course you have confidence issues when you can be annihilated in real time by the competitor. Yeah. Why wouldn't you have confidence issues? You'd be psychopathic not to. If I'm unhappy with something and I'm uncomfortable with something, I fix it. That's endless motivation, which I don't truly believe in as a concept, but that's endless fuel for the fire. Right. If I was unhappy with something about myself, regardless of what it was, I would be able to take all of that discomfort and turn it into endless energy to get the problem fixed. Yeah. Well, these people seem to sit and say, I'm really unhappy with X, but then stay doing X. So I don't believe they're truly actually unhappy. What you'll notice if you live life long enough is that somebody will sit and say to you, I'm unhappy being a loser. You say, why are you a loser? I just sit at home and play video games 7 days a week. And you're like, okay. And maybe 3 days of the week, they're unhappy doing that. Yeah. And that's the time they email you, and that's the time they want to make a change. But 4 days of the week, they don't really, it doesn't really bother them. Yeah, it doesn't really bother them. Because if it bothered them 7 days a week, guess what?
They would fix it.
99% of the men watching this will never go fight because they are afraid, but I believe in you, the 1%. Those that prefer to work and prove they can do anything, prove you are different. Thanks for watching. Drop a comment below declaring your battle. The war has begun. See you on the battlefield.